stream for everybody. Looking forward to hanging out with you for, I don't know, the next hour or two as we're going through this. For those that don't know, my name is Ryan. I come here live streaming pretty consistently out here in the yard, out in the garden, and want to share with you today kind of what we got going on. So as you can see, let's go back here. I think it's probably the best thing. Go back to my compost bins. I think this is the best way to look at this here. I've got multiple compost bins. I got 4 that we are currently filling up with leaves to make sure they got there. And then I'll flip you guys around. So you can see here, we got this one is mostly full, empty, full, but we're going to work on that one. And then I've got this whole area over here that we're going to have this thing stacked as high as I can get it with leaves here. And again, this is all for compost that I use in my garden. So I only have a couple trees actually in my yard. Most of the leaves, almost all the leaves that I get are from my neighbor's yards. Help them out by pulling some stuff and some other things. So that's really what we're looking at today. So just gonna have you guys go through the process of hang out with me while I'm out getting leaves. I got Honey today over here. Hey Honey, what you doing, girl? Yeah, you were over with everybody else, but you wanted to come back and hang out. So hey, what's up, KK? We're doing some leaves today. Don't be jealous. I said don't be jealous. You're jealous, I can tell. But we're just gonna be raking up some leaves today. How's things over on the southwestern portion of the country? Things here are leafy, to say the least. But yeah, we're making some good headway over here. I could say that much. I mean, clearing a lot of the leaves out here for Candy, my neighbor. I'm gonna be starting on my next neighbor's yard. Maybe this afternoon, depends how this goes over here as we keep kind of grinding. But you guys will see here, I'm gonna flip this up. These trees are bare. For the most, really are basically done. So we're in the process of kind of working to clean the rest of the stuff out. All right. So welcome everybody. Good to see everyone. Trying to get this done. We got snow in the forecast, so I'm trying to get this finished and out of the way before the snow starts dropping here later this weekend into next week. I mean, we could get anywhere, depends how the wind blows, we can get anywhere between 2 inches and a foot of snow between Monday and Tuesday, Sunday to Tuesday morning. So welcome everybody, good to see you. All right. So we're just going to be working in some concentric circles as best as we can. Trying to basically load these up into some big piles, and then we're going to use our oh goody. Hey Shawnee, what's up? It's leaf time. Nice and chill stream today. The last few days have been busy with client work, so I need some just chill time. But yeah, I got to get all this stuff squared away before we start getting all the snow coming down here. Yeah, leaf time. Yeah, it's as the title on this says, it's unbelievable where we're at. But I can't believe we're going to be getting snow, as much snow as they're projecting in here next week. Again, depending on how the wind goes, we could be looking at, snow. It won't stick on the ground or anything, but a foot of snow this early, it's not uncommon, but it ain't regular either. Yesterday we had woke up and it was 24 degrees out, and then we had like 30, 40. There you go, let's fill it up. So we had, that's one thing we don't, definitely have to worry about here, but I get what you're saying. It was 24 degrees, and then we had 40-mile-an-hour gusts most of the day yesterday. So we had all sorts of leaves from the neighborhood came down. So I wasn't able to get to this yesterday, obviously. Had different stuff going on. But now, should be able to get right to this. And again, I got a pretty straightforward method for this. So There, unbelievable. There we go, Tim. Tim gets my humor. There we go. We got one person that gets my humor. Okay. Whew, we'll take it. Yeah, it's pretty wild how many, what this has been looking like here the last little bit. It was we had another hard frost this weekend, and it looked like it was snowing leaves underneath a lot of the trees. They were just dropping them all at once. You had, which is always a interesting time when you see that. Hey, I just got to get some exercise in after all that coffee bagging earlier. Glad you guys some of you guys got to see me at the coffee shop there doing a little bit of work. I said we're gonna have that online store figured out here in no time. So for those that wish to see, and here's the thing, these are my neighbor's yard. I don't know if you see all those leaves back over there. Those are all the oak trees that still have to drop. And that's my other neighbor's yard. So, hey, we're in northern Michigan right now. Northern Michigan, just kind of doing some yard work here. And getting ready for this. Actually, let me go this way. Got this cold weather coming, just trying to get out in front of it. So I appreciate everybody coming through, dropped up in the chat. Thank you for that. Yeah. This is for my neighbor Candy, her yard. And we have an agreement. I get her leaves, I get them for compost. So typically she goes through and she puts them in a pile for me. We do them over sections, but she couldn't do anything yesterday because of the wind. So I'm just sneaking over here to try to help a little bit. But big little back workout too, a little shoulder workout, which I'm always looking for. Little ways to get a little bit extra exercise. Have to, work off all the stress from my time and doing coffee, right? The joke. There's no stress going on at the coffee shop. None whatsoever. We don't do that there. So we're going to be going through. Oh, you're in England? Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, no, so question for you guys. I do have a lawnmower attachment. I can just drive right over this, pull it up and bag it and everything. That's not an issue. I'm just doing this for exercise more than anything. It's a little something to do. I'm of the mindset I want to be able to do this yard work as long as I can, So luckily we're in kind of a chill state at the moment. Start picking up this afternoon again, but I think okay, you want to go on this side? We'll go on this side. Sorry about all the noise here. I've had exactly one day where we haven't had a lot of wind. So, it's one of those things where again, I'm at a certain age here. I'm not going to be able to do this, and I'm going to be able to keep doing this for quite a few years, but while I can, and I can do it in a way that's, I can do it as exercise, I most definitely want to do that. So now the process here is pretty straightforward for all of the way that I do this here, because I'm transporting, we're gonna be going for a few walks here, but again, I just load up this tarp. We're just gonna be dragging it over to my house from the neighbor's yard. That's really what we're doing. We just do it in little sections here, just enough to break it up so I'm not overworking myself, Nice chill stream. All right. Well, I'll say this much: as a kid, I also didn't want to do it either. So I definitely understand on the kids' side. I mean, it ain't exactly like it's, there's a lot of other stuff you'd rather, I'd rather be doing too. Don't get me wrong. But like we said, age, you know. So again, this process how it works. Just gonna drag them right over, dump it, and then rinse, repeat. Oh, I tell you, I'm really glad I put the Wi-Fi on the outside here. This external Wi-Fi lets me be able to get over here, and I don't know. Hopefully, it's a better, um, let's say, fidelity for you guys. You don't lose too much in the way of the video or the audio. Seems like it's working pretty well. To see that sun, so that is the most that we get like in January and February. So we're getting like a little preview of what like here during January and February, which is bleh. But the rest of the time here in Michigan, we get the amazing weather. So as far as I'm concerned, it's an okay trade. All right. Here. Sorry, just get my tripod set up, guys. I want you guys to miss any of this amazing leaf action. Real. All right. 40 more of those things to go. We don't have leaf pickup in our area, in my town. All those leaves are going to be turned into compost. That's what I do with them. We have a lot of neighbors, they burn them. A lot of folks do use them for compost, though. So the next time, I mean, every other town around us does. I'm just in this tiny little village. There's like 280 of us in the village, so it's not very big. We don't have the money to fund that, but like I said, my neighbors around the area here, they all know I'll come through and pick up all the leaves because I say it'll all be compost that I'll use in my garden and around all my my perennial beds and my flower beds. So it will get put to good use. And typically, like I'm gonna run out of leaves usually by, I want to say by middle of August or middle to end of July. I'll have used all of these leaves up for compost. So you can fill out, but kind of what we're stuck with. Come on, you. Here we go. Try to stay in frame here. Make sure the action is, I'm still in the action here. I think I can make these piles bigger. I think this next one I can make a little larger. Kind of underestimated how many I can get on here. We can get these piles much bigger for the next set. I should be able to just pile these things all the way on top here, you know what I mean? All right. Good. Good. All All right. There you go. So yeah, I can get it definitely. I think. All right. So the next one, we're going to try to set a new. Oh, hey. So wonders when you hop on the stream, do me a favor. We try to leave the positivity around here. So I think the question you want to ask is, hey, hey, how are you planning on using those leaves? Right, rather than just crapping versus mowing it. So I'm actually piling all this up for compost. That's what I do with my leaves here. This is for my neighbor. So that, you know, she's an older lady. So I come and grab her leaves along with my neighbor's leaves and everything. We compost this. Use it with all my my grass clippings as well as like my garden waste that I have here. And I also use it for mulch to cover the soil in my garden. So that would be the short answer to your question there. That's why. So not everything has to be mowed. Specifically because I say I want it in compost. Also making some stuff into leaf mold, which is another way that we have for another great way to add nutrients to the garden. But I mentioned to a few other folks, all of these leaves are going to get used up in compost by easily by mid-July next year. It won't be. So yeah, there's going to take up some space right now in my yard, which I have space for, and use it there. Oh, at one of my chickens. So I let my chickens over into my backyard during, you know, throughout the day, and one of them had to come back and lay some eggs. Now she's all by herself over in the garden over outside the run, looking all sad. She's learning. Hey, what's happening, Lafayette? Man, we're doing leaves today. Doing leaves. I'm getting my steps in, burning off some calories. You know, doing grandpa stuff. Try to get in as much as I can right now before the wind picks up. I think we're due for another blast of wind here, so trying to get out in front of this as much as I can. Got one more set here we got to do. We do some more raking. Yeah, that's good stuff. I mean, and I'm thankful for my neighbors letting me, I mean, saves them a little time and energy too, but I'm thankful they let me come over and grab these leaves. You know, like I was saying, this first year when I was trying to get composting done, I was having to, I mean, I was going grabbing like cardboard, everything I possibly have to have some brown matter to help with composting. So it is nice to be here and have all this available. But hopefully you guys are all enjoying the weather here. You know, I got a little bit of night. It's definitely getting towards end of autumn already. You can just tell. We're into November. Everything's getting frosty. And then, like I said, we got snow in the forecast for, I think even there's some for early Saturday and then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's going to be snowing pretty much on and off, I think, for most of that time, which is fine. You know, it's that time of year. We're supposed to be getting some dumb snow at this point. So, but yeah. Also, I mean, I'm just going to tell you, it's nice just to kind of have, like this afternoon, I gave myself today from work. I was like, I'm not scheduling any client work today, so I can, bag coffee like we saw earlier. I saw some of y'all on my earlier stream. We were bagging coffee over State and Maine. And then, so I can do this fun stuff, carrying leaves back and forth from my neighbor's yard. This is lots of steps, good exercise out here and enjoying this weather. Man, is it nice out. As long as the wind doesn't kick up, it'll be a good day. I'm going to be productive. So, Well, we are about, the redhead and I, we are, gosh, how far away are we right now? We're about a month away from our anniversary trip down to New Orleans. Gonna go spend a few days down there. She's never been, so it'll be nice go down to Big Easy. I do enjoy that town. It's really nice. Real fun town. Like I was saying, the wife has never been, so she doesn't know anything about it, really. But it will be nice for her to, one, for the food, but also get out and just kind of experience the awesomeness that is New Orleans. Such a fun town. Would you just be a tripod and thank you? Gonna have to play a game here soon of crunch down all the leaves. It's gonna be on probably this weekend. I'm gonna do that in between, not on a stream. Come out here and just take care of all that. We will, by the way, for those that do like gardening, do like doing things out in the yard. If you're interested in what goes on in a greenhouse, be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, hit the notification bell. I will be in the greenhouse this weekend. I'll be setting it up, but I've got more veggies I got to get started. Got to get some more lettuce going, transplant some stuff that we currently have, as well as making sure it's set up for, the cold blast that we got coming. So if you're interested in more of that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Come hang out with us on the live stream. It's always good to see folks, especially once we get into January, February, March timeframe. We're planting all sorts of stuff, getting things started in the greenhouse. It'll be a lot of fun. Thank you guys. I think you folks will enjoy it. All right. So let's see here. Probably, let's clean up this spot over here. Let's do this. Let's do this, guys. Let's just make a decision. Let me just clean this up. Hopefully you guys can see me okay still. Looks like I'm still transmitting all right. So we're gonna do this pile, then a section along the fence. Just kind of keep making our way around. What I should have done is I should have reached out to one of these rake companies and be like, hey, I'm going to be doing live streams. Send me some rakes. See if I can get some new rakes and everything, because this one's holding up well, but it's probably got maybe 2 more seasons left. You know how they are with this stuff now. These plastic ones, they hold up good for a minute, then you get a little bit too much UV on them and they break. But they're better than the metal ones last forever. But those metal ones, I think we all know, they get all bent and are weird shaped and everything. Nobody likes that either. So it's always good to have some in reserve. My watch is telling me I'm being active. All right, hey, let's try that. Got a little better, guys? Looks like my battery died on my mic. We'll grab the other mic when we head back. Just right here. Can you guys hear me now? Is that better? Okay. Yeah, we'll get the other mic. I wasn't sure. I used one of my mics this morning. I wasn't sure which one. So we'll get my other mic up. And this while we're doing that. If we get over there. Thanks for letting me know. Sometimes, I had one string up. So, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's get some hearts in the chat for that. So you guys can kind of hear what I'm talking about. Good stuff. All right. So we're back at it. So what I was once I get back over there, we'll get the mic on. I'll talk a little bit more. Take a little break here because I mean, you guys can hear me from the other side. Probably doesn't work too well. Anyways, like I was saying, I'm going to get the other mic on so you guys can hear me a little better when I'm away from the phone. Oh, by the way, this is the new Google Pixel 10 Pro. That's the phone I have. I cannot overstate how awesome this phone is. Samsung, I've been with Samsung for, gosh, I don't know how long. So, hey, Lacey, how are you? I've been with Samsung forever. We're doing leaves. It's unbelievable how many leaves are out here. Look at our leaves for compost. I'm complaining about the fact that I had to leave the Samsung ecosystem because their latest phones, the last couple, have just been kind of garbagey. So I had to change over. Now I'm on the Pixel side. Well, I used to have the Samsung. I got rid of it. This is the Google Pixel 10 Pro. So I had to adjust it. All right, so what we're going to do this here. So you can see we have got all the leaves. All the leaves here. We're going to load these guys up here. All right, so we're gonna change out the mic in real time. Give me 2 seconds. All right, so frequent updates, that's for sure. The other thing is I'm on the Google, like all my business is run on the Google Suite anyways. It was just that, it's like anything. You get an ecosystem set up and you're like, oh, well, why would I do anything but that one, right? So, all right, let's get this here. And you guys gotta let me know, make sure before we leave, we're gonna make sure it sounds okay. That. All right, so let me know, how does this sound now that I got this mic back up? Hopefully it sounds better for you. It's not as wind, the wind really has got to deal with the phone if you don't have the mic. Obviously you're dealing with that tunnel sound and the wind blowing on. It's not good. So let's just hang tight with you guys, make sure I sound okay. Then we'll get back at it. But yeah, you can see we'll end up having this whole section will be just this huge pile of everything there. So yeah, if you guys could do me a favor, just let me know if I sound okay. That's a big piece, and we'll get back at the leaf action going on. What am I looking for here? I got my knife. I think we're good. Yellow, yellow, green. Oops. Okay. Okay, sounds good. All right, let's get back at it, guys. Here we go. Off to the races. Hey, honey. What's up, girl? Huh? You okay? There you go. Honey's looking a little lonely today. It's all right. We'll get her friends back over here in a little bit. Honey, do you want to go back over? Let's see. I speak chicken, obviously. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Honey. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Honey, come. There you go. She's getting it figured out. She's getting it figured out. Honey, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Hustle, 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 hustle. Wait. Oh. Honey, let's go. She would stay. Okay, good. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. I got leaves to do, you. There you go. Oh, such a stubborn chicken. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Got some chicken action to take care of there. Okay. So other stuff you can see too what I'm doing the leaves here is I'm putting them in my garden, specific there as a mulch, right? So the big thing we want to make sure that folks are doing here with your, where we at here? There we go. With your, come on, give me what I want. There we go. You always want to keep your soil covered, right? That's a big deal with us around here is we're always making sure that our soil is covered. And that's how you protect your the bacteria in there as well. Also helps to maintain the moisture, and also frankly just keeps your stuff from blowing away on top of everything else. That also, when you throw it in there and the chickens are used to kind of being able to have their own way and run amok, kind of keeps them on their toes a little bit, where they get to play around, which is just fun for them. All right, so we're gonna keep keeping on here. Gonna work on this next little area over yonder. Get these guys kind of squared away. Here we go. Let's do this, guys. I know I'm just off camera. I'll get back in frame here in a second. Just gonna bring some of this stuff over. So it's here. What? Sorry about that big dramatic sigh there. Wasn't that big of a deal here. Hey, welcome back, Dan. Good to see you. Good to see you. We're doing back doing leaves again. Living our best lives here. Glad you got to see the coffee shop, or at least me doing a little bit of work in the back of the coffee shop there today. That was nice and peaceful. Getting to spend a little bit of time just bagging coffee. guy. You guys come with me. We're gonna hop over to the next one here. Appreciate everybody dropping likes in the on the video. I appreciate that. Always makes my day when I see those things pop up. And that just helps the algorithm. Helps more people find me. There's people that are looking for this high quality leaf raking content. Again. I have a ton of leaves that I'm gonna have to rake out of my neighbor's yard and my yard over the next, oh gosh, after the snow is done. I mean, I'm probably get some of it this weekend, but we've got a ton that we got to do. So in preparation for that, I got to process all these leaves. And again, by processing, what I mean is what we did on the previous stream, which is going in with the weed eater and shredding all this. So it takes up a lot less space. So, all right. So we're going to put this right here. Swink. We're going to get this one. Isn't it crazy what, I just think about this right now. When I was growing up, like we were stuck for I want to say for entertainment or ways to spend our time. We were stuck with whatever somebody else programmed and said, this is what you want to watch. And now we all have the ability to just kind of pick what we want to watch and where we want to spend our time at. So, be it watching video games, some sort of hangout stream where everybody's kind of watching TV together, or watching other people YouTube videos, or we're just hanging out here while we're doing yard work. Everybody finds their solace in their own way. And I like the fact that I got folks like you just coming and hanging out with me. So again, this is these are all from the maple trees in the neighbor's yard around here. And these are all going to be, all this is going to be material for compost next year. I've got the last of my compost from this year going. We did it. Well, we did that on stream last week. Kind of got everybody combined to the point we're at now, where really just getting ready for that transition into winter around here, which we were talking about today at the coffee shop before I started bagging. Like the big thing in the transition is just everything gets a little slower. Everything takes a little bit more time. All the things you have to do, make sure you can get place safe. You've got to defrost your vehicle. The roads, typically got ice on them. You got to slow down, or they need to be plowed, or whatever. Everything just you gotta, as I was saying, I was using the oil on the snowblower, right? Because it was that time. Because you gotta clear out the driveway before you go to work, right? My building, everything's got to get shoveled and set up for my folks that have office space in my building, so that they're good. And like I said, everything just takes a little bit more time in the winter. Spring and summer, it's just go time, go, 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 go. So I got my neighbors saying hi. At first, they didn't know what to do with the guy out here with the camera. Now they just drive by like it. So Ryan's doing his video thing again. Look at that. I mean, this is what we're dealing with the sun this time of year. just behind that haze, because we got Lake Michigan is this direction, about 10 miles. So what happens is we get the wind blowing this, it blows a cloud deck like right over like my area. So cover drive. Yeah, man, I wish it was that easy. But man, this is great. This is so, I know most people look at this and say, oh gosh, look at all these dang leaves. This is crazy. I'm looking at this and just happy. You guys don't realize how great this is. Ugh. Like I say, this is just the start. I've got all of those are gonna, like I saying, because what we end up doing is just this right here. Give you guys a quick look here at the compost. All right, it all goes in here for my compost, and like right now, it'll be backwards for you guys, but compost, it's at 140 degrees, like it's kicking right now. But you guys can see here, this is what we're trying to do. The leaves and the grass all end up being breaking down into this stuff here. You'll see like how the grass, everything just kind of breaks down and gets all funky like this, which is what we want. That's going to be good stuff for my garden. And that's why we're doing it. All right. That's why we're doing it, folks. Gotta have brown matter, which is the leaves for that. We're gonna do this. Well, absolutely nutrient rich. All the good stuff in there. Lots of bacterial load in there. And it's also just good mulch too for on top of the garden. So where are you guys at? Hey, so where are you guys at in the chat? Everybody's kind of chatting. Let me know where you're from. I'm here in northern Michigan. Lake Michigan's just over there. It's a beautiful, kind of hazy day out here. It's great to be out enjoying this. So the alternative is, well, what we got coming. You're in Georgia. Ooh, Georgia, man. I would. Okay, so here's the deal. When it comes to the southeast, I love the weather down there, but I think I lived in Texas. It's not the same. I think the heat and humidity on a consistent basis would be too much for me. At least I think. I don't know. When I was in Guam, it was just hot and humid all the time, and I did really well. But you probably have stuff growing. You're assuming you probably have a garden that you can have a garden that you're just kind of tons of humidity. You got the Gulf right there, but I imagine have stuff growing year round out there. I've got to work in my greenhouse to have anything growing up here. Like now through, May, can't really have anything outside because of the frost. Which I think that would be interesting to be able to just have stuff growing year round like that in the garden and really just work your cycle that way instead of like what we do up here, which is, I got a growing season that's let me do this so I can kind of stay in frame here, man. I'm all over the place. Come on, Ryan. Come on. Terrible producer, not keeping your people and director, not keeping your talent in frame. But yeah, to be able to have really, come on, man. Don't do this. Don't be this way, tarp. Just let me get the leaves on here. Because like right now, for me in my garden that I have, I do have stuff I can keep in there for a good amount, but really I got to have stuff growing in the greenhouse if I want to have it. So, ooh, low 30s. My goodness. Low 30s, especially down there. That's got to cause all sorts of problems infrastructure wise, I'm guessing, right? Like, probably got like busted water mains and stuff like that. I'm just guessing because none of your infrastructure is really rated for that too much, I'm guessing. But we've got so with that, we'll be in the greenhouse this weekend getting some stuff set up. So if you're interested in seeing what it's like actually operating in a greenhouse, especially up here in a northern climate, be sure to subscribe, hit that, and hit the notification bell. That's a very, 1, 2, probably 4 to answer your question. Depends how you treat them. But if you guys are interested and you want to see what it's like in a greenhouse, especially up here in northern climate, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know when I go live out there, because I do standalone videos, edited videos, which I have one will be coming in the next 10 days or so, would be my guess. You're being silly. Come on. Okay, there we go. That's better. Yeah. Yeah, like I say, I'm certain so, but I think it's probably that. But if you want to come and hang out while I've got lettuce that we're going to be doing. I'm trying to think what else. I've got my basil I have to transplant. Onion gets transplanted. So I got a few things we're going to be doing. So if you're interested what that looks like and what that process is, be sure to subscribe. Japanese eggplants, yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be cold. We got a huge snap, it looks like, on the jet stream. Yeah, it's definitely going to be diving south towards y'all. So that is always this time of year, just after we get past the, oh gosh, what is it? The equinox. Everything really just kind of shifts. They were showing a lot of cold air building up, piling up in Siberia. So if that's the case, we know it's going to be rough. Because when that does, it bombs straight across Canada and just comes right at us. Which nobody really likes. There's people that pretend, but we know better. We know better around here. Well, I mean, since I'm here, I might as well come up here and compress some of these down a little bit. I know you're all jealous. Wish y'all could get up in the leaves and bounce around a little bit. I'll be taking applications for next year for unpaid internships for anyone who wants to come up here and help with the leaves. So stay tuned. Oh yeah. So that's the one thing. We have decent soil in areas here, but I have a lot of clay. A lot of clay. It's been what I've been working on for 3 years. I've got it mostly sorted. Been adding just so much organic matter to the soil, and also just the plants I've been planting to break up that clay. But yeah, that's rough. I try to explain to people like who don't have clay and like don't understand gardening, just how just atrocious clay is to be around and have to deal with it. It's such a pain. But we do what we can, right? We still got to work the soil, got to get stuff planted. I'm gonna work towards the road here, then work my way back. I think that's the plan. Yeah, let's hear this action around here. Candy's gonna be so excited. I'm actually doing this for exercise today. I have a mower with an entire attachment that it's huge too. Yeah, so the attachment, I think it's bag, and it's about, I don't know, this wide, 5 feet wide. It just fills up with them. I typically do it, but I say I just want some exercise this year. Last manure, horse and chicken. Yep, that's the way to go. But yeah, so yeah. So with that though, that's one of the things too is that I've just found over the years too, when you bring that up about it, as far as easier, man, I'm just as I've gotten older, there's something I talk about my clients with. I'm a business coach, and a big part of what I do is I help businesses get ready to sell. And what I do is I talk about the seasons of life for men. And again, it's for men. That's what I can speak about. I can't speak for women, obviously. In my experience with men, it's a lot easier to make the connection. So men go through a certain phases in life, and it goes around yard work and and mowing the yard is really where I go at. So when we're young, we're fresh out of high school, we're younger, we mow the yard because we have to, right? Because we have to mow the yard. It's got to get done. Then we age, we get into different jobs, we get to a certain area, we kind of start valuing our time differently to where we want to spend time with our family and doing other stuff. So we pay someone to do the yard, right? So that's like the next phase. I'm going to pay the neighborhood kid to mow the yard. I'm going to pay someone else to do it. And then when you get to the final phase, really the last phase for men is where we mow the yard because we can, and that's why we do it. And so that's where I'm at right now. I've went through those phases, and I'm just at the point now where, like, I can do all of this way just because I can. You know what I mean? So yeah. uh, well, and we all get to those areas here. So everybody gets there in their own time, but it's just been my experience. Everyone eventually gets to the point where they do stuff because they can. It's just I now have the ability to do this, and that's part of the thing with my job and the businesses that I own and what I'm working towards, is so I am not. I don't want to say stuck in a job. That's not the right way to say that, because I appreciate everyone who's ever employed me. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying though is that I want to be able to just have the freedom to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to take care of this because I can. Like, it's something I can just do because I want to. I could pay someone to do all these things, but it's cathartic, Plus, we get to hang out too. Like, that's the other side. I get to come here and hang out with you guys when I do this as well. So, why wouldn't I want to do it? So that's what I say for folks. Just one of the things to keep in mind as you age. There's different things that you want to do at different times, and it's okay. I tell you, I don't like snow blowing. However, this is the difference. Like, I'm the neighborhood grandpa that goes around, and because we're in a small village here, we don't have a full-time maintenance staff for all the sidewalks. I take care of the sidewalks on my section of the village, kind of running down, and I will snow blow that so the kids don't have to walk on the road to get to school. I'm officially, like I was telling the wife, I think it's middle age. I think I'm just middle age now, where it's kind of like this is our responsibility to make sure the next generation and the things we should do to take care of them. We don't need to have, man, I wish someone would take care of this. It's hey, I'm more incapable of doing this, so I'm just going to do it type of thing, if that makes sense. I should stop asking that. Of course it makes sense. You guys are savvy. You know what I'm getting after here. So we're going to get this one loaded up. Take it over. I was saying, and it's a good feeling to be able to, be at a place in life where, I can spend time doing things like this, being able to give back in my way, whatever that happens. It just feels good, So, and I was one of those kids having to walk through to get to school during the nasty weather, because we didn't cancel school just to cancel school. Or I'd have to walk in the road because there was no place safe to walk, like a sidewalk or anything, you know? Oh no. Well, there you go. Making it back a little bit. There you go. Hey, that's right. Get out and do what you can do when you can do it. We love that. Yeah, all those things. Absolutely. Well, it's good to hear you're getting back on your feet out there. Then he says, awesome. Yeah, whatever you can, right? Any bit of movement's good. Well, I'm glad you're getting some forward progress on that. That's good to see. And that's good news. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. Yeah. But that's the thing, though. That's a big part of it. I was saying, I'm in my late 40s here, I'm 47, and it's a relatively, I say in the last probably 5 years or so, 6 years, it's really been like, man, I like getting out here and just doing this stuff. To be honest, I think a big portion of it too is how much we were restricted from being outside. I lived in Maine during the COVID years, and then here in Michigan, it wasn't that much better either. Big part of it too is just being able to be out and do the stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, we all make noises when we sit up or sit down, especially about 35 is when that starts happening. Everything's like, ugh, ugh, ruff, ruff. Just part of the deal. But tell me, come on, guys, tell me this isn't good. This isn't the good stuff. It don't get better than this. Well, actually, it does. Had my grandkid out here, it'd be better. Like that'd be the good stuff. She'd probably be riding in the back there complaining I was going too slow. You know what I mean? Ah, so nice today. So nice. Actually, you know what? We're gonna take care. I look like Josh. Josh Duhamel. Is that the guy married to Fergie? Is that who I'm thinking of? Listen. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Hopefully that was a compliment. Yeah, Josh Duhamel. He's like in Transformers and stuff, right? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, married to Fergie. He was in that show Las Vegas or something like that. Yes, compliment. Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate that. We've got it's all the years of clean living. It's all that brown liquor, but oh yeah, you know what? The wind is starting to pick up. I think I'm gonna get one more in today, because now that the sun's coming out, it's gonna be heating up. Man, it's like I'm living the 5th grade science book here, right, where they talk about the how wind is created. The sun heats the land, causes the air to rise, which then pulls in air from the colder air over the sea. That's where the wind's like. As soon as the sun's come out, wind's been picking up like crazy. So I think I can probably get one more done before it gets too crazy, but we'll see. We'll see. Well, I appreciate everybody's been hanging out on the stream so far. It's good to see everyone. It's been a good day today. Oh, no, never mind. I think we're actually done here, guys. I'm gonna do this here, grab my stuff before I head back. He'd be in garden. It is such a great thing. That's so great. Yeah, we're gonna skip. I can just see the wind picking up here. Yeah, I try to tell as many people as America where it snows the time of mentality. Come live in Australia. Oh yeah, I wouldn't be outside in Australia under anything. I didn't realize you're in Australia there, friend. Pretty much nothing here wants to kill me in Michigan. Like we don't have anything poisonous here. Nothing's trying to eat us up here except for the bear, and even the bear is scared of us. So, okay, yeah, you win this round. Hello, everybody. All right, yeah. So, well, listen, I appreciate everybody hanging out here. It's good to see everyone. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to see you all again on the stream, especially we're in the greenhouse. As always, the best way to support the channel, is through subscribing, hitting that like button. And if you're interested in any merch for Easygoing Growers, there's a link in the description to my Printify where you can go pick up one of our hats and or shirts. So with that, I'm going to clean up and get out of here. So from Hazy, Michigan, take care. We'll see you guys next time. If I can turn this off. Oh, yeah. Hey, so next time that you're on here, if you haven't left already, ProTech, we're going to talk about bogans. Probably want to, yeah, we'll talk about that next time. We'll see you.